yes, moving along quite fast now. We're in February is coming to an end. We're looking out for March, at this point. But let's get a check on what to expect. That's for the business environment. And eliminating waste in the business is a crucial step towards achieving operational efficiency, reducing costs, and promoting sustainability. In today's competitive market, companies are under increasing pressure to optimize, their processes, streamline operations, and minimize resource consumption. Well, let's hear more now from a specialist in this sector. We have Seyi Obadimeji, he's a product manager. Hello, Seyi, great to have you.
Thank you, Ladi. It's good to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, so tell me now, what will you say are the most common types of waste in business operations that you've noticed, in your line of work, and how they can be effectively identified and eliminated?
Okay, so thank you, Ladi, and again, it's good to be here. So waste in business processes takes so many forms, right? Excessive paperwork, manual approvals, duplication of work, and even unnecessary waiting time. These are typical examples of waste in business processes. And of course, many businesses still rely on inefficient manual processes that slow down productivity. For instance, I can say that even in government offices and some corporate institutions still require physical signature for approvals, right? Resulting in long delays, having to wait multiple times before you can actually get a document even signed off. So inefficient inventory management is also another thing, which again, it's common issues, not just in corporate organizations, even in manufacturing, especially in retail manufacturing, and where poor demand forecasting leads to overstocking or even stock out of these products. So other examples with real life scenarios are basically more into recent tax programs that was implemented by the Lagos State government. Previously, before now, businesses and individuals would have to always visit FIRS offices physically and file tax returns, and just imagine that long process of even having to file your tax returns. This process led to long queues, wasted hours, human errors, and of course, people have always complained. And good enough, the government is always a listening government, right? And of course, there are lots of improvements that have been going in various sectors, which have brought in the tax pro max, which helps in the e-filing of tax submission, which now is even much more better, thereby reducing paperwork and, of course, administrative delay. There are also tons of examples in the banking industry. You will recall that before now, you would notice that you would always have to go to the bank, even for just fund transfers, right? But today, you can sit at the comfort of your home, pick up your mobile phone or go on the web and, do a fund transfer.
Yeah, it's quite interesting you mentioned that, because I just thought about it myself. When last was I in a banking hall? Feels like ages at this point. I guess that's a big improvement, I guess.
Yes, it's a lot of improvement from where it has started from. And of course, changes, right, is not just immediate. Of course, it's always gradual, hence why we always need to do a lot of process improvements within our organizations to remain efficient across board.
All right, so let's imagine you've identified waste in your business operations. You've been able to eliminate part of it. But how can businesses measure and track waste reduction progress to ensure long-term sustainability and efficiency improvement?
Okay, so technology, right, and automation are like game changers for business efficiency, right? With robotic process automation, cloud solution, businesses can actually eliminate waste in processes like customer service, financial transaction, and of course, supply chain management. For example, AI-powered chatbots have, significantly reduced the need for human agents to actually handle repetitive inquiries, allowing business to even focus more on high-value tasks. Similarly, blockchain technology that's just coming up is also helping in enhancing security and efficiency in financial transactions. Businesses that adopted digital documentation like e-signature, like cloud storage, are already even seeing like a faster decision in making processes. So back to your question, when you mentioned how do we identify these processes? Well, when you are in an organization or in a community where processes don't move, right? They don't move fast. They are slow. They are delayed processes. There's bureaucracy within the process. Usually you will know that that process is inefficient, and the onus just lies on the team to actually sit down, review that process, identify where the bottlenecks are, and create a structure around it to improve it. If it is technology that you're going to bring in, technology will simplify the whole process and even make it more faster, thereby improving the turnaround of the organization.
So what role, would you say employee training and engagement, what role do you see that playing in, minimizing waste, and how can companies foster a culture of, continuous improvement so it trickles all the way down, from the top and, to the bottom?
Yes, very, very, very interesting because, culture actually plays a significant role in business operation and how business operates. One major barrier is deep-rooted reliance on bureaucracy. So many organizations have long and unnecessary approval chains, right, that delay decision making. Usually, employees often have to wait for top-level executives to sign off on even minor actions, which actually slows down operations. Another cultural issue is the heavy reliance on, having to have handwritten documentation, especially maybe in government areas and all that, even when digital alternatives exist. So many Nigerian businesses also prefer face-to-face interaction over digital communication. Of course, like I said, it's a culture thing. Slowing down processes that could be automated. Real life example is, you'll notice in many government agencies still rely on physical files and documenting processes. For example, the public servants often, need to submit multiple physical copies of forms of different offices before approvals are granted, leading to bottlenecks and inefficiency. Whereas those bottlenecks can be automated. You can just have a file that can be viewed across all systems, and approvals can just walk through all those systems automatically, and everybody can just approve, see it anytime, retrieve it anytime, which actually helps in improving the process. So like I said, culture is very key, but again, you can also help. Culture can also be helped in ways whereby you can bring in trainings, enlightenment of the people, to actually break that barrier of culture.
Right. Do you think it's possible to actually eliminate, completely waste in, business operations, or even if you reduce it, to a minimum, do you think, waste can somehow evolve and, come up in other ways?
Yes, so technically, yeah, waste can be eliminated, right? It can, right? That's why we have tools and methodologies, and you can always, minimize waste. Once you have, first step is to identify where the bottleneck is, where the gap is. Once you're able to identify where the gap is, it's now very easy to eliminate waste, either in customer service, either in financial transaction, either in supply chain, using tools, simple tools, as easy as, Power BI tools to actually read or see information real time, which will help you make decisions. So it can actually be eliminated over time. but it's a gradual process, of course.
All right, thank you so much for giving us tips there on how to eliminate waste when it comes to business operations, and definitely, because that will definitely play into your profits and revenue if you're able to eliminate such waste. Well, thank you so much. Sheyi Obadimeji is a product manager. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much for having me, Ladi.